In this video, I'm going to show you 10 of my most popular Canva videos, so you can sort of see what the tools can do. And I also have all of the tutorials available on my channel, so I'll link them all in the description below if you need them. Let's start with number 1, which is the floating island. And for that, I have made a design where you see a house in a bubble on a floating island, and we see some clouds around it and some sunshine. So the cool thing is that if you zoom in, you can see all the details. So this is not just one image, it's a compilation of like 10 different images where we have the bubble, where we have the house, the trees, the grass, the floating grass or the floating island, the clouds and the sun, even the shadow. All these are different images combined into one visual. The cool thing is that you can actually make very nice designs with it, for example for posters, and this concept works very well, I think. Now it doesn't have to be this exact one, you can also go for another one where you maybe go for a floating castle, so you can really customize it as you like and create some really cool designs with it. Moving on to number 2, which is the 3D scooter, and also that one was a very popular one. You can see that I've made this design with that scooter popping out, so you have the phone with the map and then the 3D road coming out and then landing in the grass a little bit with that text and that 3D guy around it. Now in this tutorial, I'll show you everything about how to create those elements, because those elements like the road, we created it ourselves. So I'll show you exactly how to do that as well. Moving on to number 3, which is the coffee city. And this is probably one of the most popular ones, and I think it looks really cool. And here we have a coffee cup entirely in a city. Now the cool thing is, I think if you zoom in a little bit, we can see that the city is entirely in that coffee cup. We have some clouds around it, we have birds, we have an airplane. There's a lot going on in this visual, all inside this imaginary coffee cup. With the sun rays, but we also have that gradient and those lines in the background. So I think it was a pretty cool project and a lot of people seem to love it. Moving on to number 4, which is flying to Paris. And in that one, I've made a travel poster about Paris, but not just a regular one. I try to bring in some nice elements like the window, an airplane window, where you have the Eiffel Tower sort of popping out. And then we have some text around it, some light falling in, and then some shadows. So we see a lot of the elements have been added later on. We use a lot of different images and pictures, and we compile it into Canva in a nice looking poster. Moving on to number 5, which is a travel ad that I've made. Now cool thing is that I've made it for the fly away, a little bit of a campaign I would say, where we have a similar airplane window, we have an image in the background, a plane flying out of it, we also have the boarding passes, the clouds, and everything sort of layers on top of each other into a nice visually captivating design, I think. Moving on to number 6, which is a beverage ad. And for this one, I try to animate it a little bit. So I try to work with a Fanta cup and sort of sliced it in the middle a little bit. So there's bursts of Fanta going around. There's also the slices that you can see with the leaves floating around, blurred and not blurred, a bit of a combination, but I think you can do really nice things with it. If you put it on a poster or a billboard, for example, here you can see it really grabs the attention, and that's what we want to achieve. You can also use it on social media apps, so it doesn't really matter where you want to use it. We have the base design and we make variants all the way. Moving on to number 7, which is the exploding berries, that is. And this one is an animated version, so a bit of a slide I would say, where we have an image on the left side and we have some text on the right side, but as soon as we click, we make everything pop out. So we try to make it a little bit interactive, a little bit 3D, make some intrigue on the slide. So that's what we want to do. Moving on to number 8, which is a wordplay that I did for Italy. So we have the Leaning Tower of Pisa, an image that we generated all the way from scratch. But then again, as soon as you click, you have the text arising from behind the design. So I thought this was a really nice thing to show, and it adds for some fun elements to your slides. Moving on to number 9, which is the rotating berries. And here I think we also have a pretty cool design. So we start with some berries, and as soon as we click, we move and shift to a different fruit. But also the background nicely shifts in the color that it fits in. So we can see that it shifts between different colors, different fruits, and it adds for some nice dynamic presentation. And that brings us to the last one, which is the 3D tiger. And here I think we've made a pretty cool design where we looked into a living room, a picture, we took a picture of a tiger, and now we made it jump out of the screen to really deliver that 3D experience. So I hope you like these designs. Definitely let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below. And if you want to learn how to make these step by step, you can find the links to all the tutorials on my channel in the description below. Now, if you want to see even 10 more spectacular designs, please watch the video on screen right now.